Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today, we are looking at why you feel mentally exhausted all the time. This is the sensation of being spent, even on a day when you haven't performed any heavy physical labor. You wake up and your mind already feels heavy. Your energy is low before the day begins, and suddenly, answering a single email or completing a basic chore feels like an uphill climb. Physical rest often fails to resolve this weight because the fatigue originates in the mind, not the muscles. Psychologists call this specific state mental exhaustion. We often assume that because the body is stationary and resting on a couch, the mind must be resting too. In reality, your brain can continue to sprint a marathon while your body stays perfectly still. Mental exhaustion is a silent drain on your system, burning through your cognitive reserves regardless of your physical activity. Much of this drain comes from information overload. Information overload is a state where the volume of external data, like messages, notifications, and videos, exceeds your brain's natural capacity to process it. Scrolling through a phone is often mistaken for a break. However, that constant, unending stream of rapid digital input forces your physical brain to remain in a high-intensity working state. Every new post or video forces your brain to execute a microswitch in focus, pinging your central processing node every few seconds. These constant microswitches fracture your attention span. Once the processing capacity gauge overflows, your ability to concentrate drops and mental fatigue increases. An hour spent scrolling acts as high-intensity cognitive labor. It creates an energy leak that empties your mental reserves before work has even started. That heavy drain continues through internal friction. Ruminating on past regrets or worrying about future anxieties keeps your mental engine running at top speed even during your downtime. Chronic stress acts as an amplifier for this overthinking. It constantly keeps the mind in a strict state of high alert, which rapidly depletes your remaining physical energy levels. This internal chaos is worsened by a lack of structure. Without a clear daily routine, your brain must constantly evaluate and decide what to do next. This illustrates decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is the mental exhaustion that occurs when the brain is forced to make a high volume of small, unstructured choices throughout the day. Waking up without a plan forces your brain to navigate these chaotic pathways immediately. You burn critical mental fuel on minor choices long before the day truly begins. Your brain is your most energy-hungry organ, consuming about 20% of your total daily calories. This means that if your physical habits falter, the biological fuel your neurons need to function begins to dry up. Dehydration reduces brain blood flow. A lack of sunlight disrupts neurotransmitters, regulating your mood and alertness. This physical neglect forces the mind to work harder for every thought. Even many hours of sleep may not solve the problem if the quality is poor. If the brain doesn't reach specific restorative stages, it cannot clear out the metabolic waste that builds up during the day. Late-night screen use interferes with your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates sleep. The blue light emitted by devices blocks the brain from entering the states of deep neurological recovery needed to refill your energy. Without proper biological maintenance and high-quality sleep, the brain's energy tank remains empty. A neglected body sets the stage for a perpetually tired mind. Resolving mental exhaustion requires awareness and consistency rather than a complex solution. You start with the physical foundations. Maintain your hydration, commit to a daily walk in natural light, and prioritize sleep quality. Address the structural leaks by implementing a repeatable daily routine. Mapping out your basic choices in advance removes the burden of decision fatigue. Control your cognitive inputs by taking intentional breaks from the endless scroll and limiting unnecessary screen time. The most important rule is to give your brain dedicated time to rest without any external stimulation. Mental exhaustion is a signal demanding balance. In a fast-paced world, protecting your peace and your attention is your most valuable asset. Take care of your mind.